Hi, I hope you're doing super fine. And I'm Eva, and I make YouTube videos about veganism and raw veganism. And I recently got the question, is veganism or raw veganism an eating disorder? And yeah, I really want to answer this question in this video today. And I think talking about eating disorder is super important, and it's a huge topic that also affected me in a lot of ways. So yeah, I will start this video by just sharing something about my past, because when I grew up as a child, I was, not obsessing over food or anything, and I could really eat anything without gaining much weight. But this changed when I was turned about 11 years old, 10 to 11 years old, because I was gaining weight and I ate very horribly. I ate super unhealthy, like fast food, a lot of meat, and every day after school I would go to my grandma and just, eat, just eat meats, and then a lot of gummy bears and tons of chocolates and pudding and stuff like that. So it was really, really unhealthy. And yeah, I was, my friends, I had some friends who were naturally skinny, but I was never not naturally skinny. They could eat anything they wanted, but I never could eat anything I wanted without gaining a lot of weight. So from a very early age, I started restricting my calories, and just all the information I got about weight loss and nutrition was from those magazines for women. On these magazines were just like, you have to restrict your calories to lose weight. And so I went on this low carb diet because I just thought that this was the way to go if you want to lose weight. So I ate a lot of low fat yogurt with marmalade, because I thought this was very healthy with a lot of protein and less carbohydrates. And yeah, I did this for some time and I did not feel good. I was very tired when I went to school. I actually always wanted to sleep. I had zero energy. And yes, I was thin, but I did not feel well. And yeah, I was never anorexic and I never had to go to hospital, but I definitely had some eating disordered behavior going on. And now I want to show some things, some traits that I had. So first of all, I constantly weighed myself, and I always wanted to lose weight because I thought that you only are valuable if you are thin. And yeah, I just looked at the magazines and I wanted, 12 years old, I wanted to become a model, and in order to be a model you have to be thin, and at least that's what I thought, you have to be thin. So I restricted my calories. I wrote down everything that I eat every day and how much calories I was consuming, and I really try to not go over 1,500 calories a day, what I think is completely insane, because you're a child. I was a child and I had to grow up, and when you're not eating enough calories, that's super detrimental to your health and to your how you evolve. So yeah, and the next trait I had, I always wanted to share my food. So my mom gave me cookies and bread with meat on it for school, everyday chocolate, and I always wanted to give it to other people, and so that I don't have to eat it. Yeah, what else? I always avoided going for dinner with friends or family, and I hated it because I was so afraid that people might judge me on how much I eat, and I was the whole day obsessing. For example, when I go to dinner with my family at night, I was the whole day thinking about the dinner and how much calories I am able to eat during the day in order to eat, for example, pizza at night. So yeah, and before I went having dinner, I made 50 sit-ups, and before I made 50 sit-ups, and sometimes after I came home from dinner, I just cried because I ate so many, you know, in my mind I ate so many calories, and yeah, it was not the best. And I also hated myself. I looked in the mirror and I was just like, you don't look good, you're so ugly and fat, and yeah, this was not the best thing. And I also always wanted to, you know, I always tried to lose weight, but I did not manage to lose too much weight, so I was very angry with myself. And yeah, what else? I think that's it. And there are also some other traits that this disordered behavior, for example, that you start cooking and baking. So you prepare a lot of food and prepare a lot of dishes and cakes and candies for other people, and you try to force other people to eat, but you're not eating yourself. And the next thing is you start smoking to suppress the hunger feeling, or you start drinking a lot of water so that you might not feel so hungry, and you start to make or to do too much sports. So you start to exercise every day for some hours, and you start to move constantly. And yeah, and those things I did not really have, but yeah, but also, for example, when I went having kind of a little vacation with my friends for a couple of days, I remember that some 2 weeks before I was already thinking, okay, how much sports do I have to do now, and I have to restrict my calories now for this week so that I can go with my friends and then eat a pizza or something. So I was very obsessing over food. I was constantly talking about food with my friends, about how much I eat today, how much chocolate I eat, and I was constantly talking and thinking about food and how much calories and how less calories, and yeah, so that's not the best thing. And what I think is very, very sad is that actually those habits are very common. So I know a lot of friends, and I know a lot of people who have those habits, and I also know grown-up women who have those traits. And yeah, and it makes me really sad that you go through life and always have this mindset. And yeah, for me that's really sad. And because for me, when you are on the standard American diet, for example, you eat a lot of animal products, a lot of fat, processed food, you basically have 3 options to stay thin. So the first option is you are naturally skinny, well then you have the jackpot, or you gain weight because it's natural in our society. At least that's what I thought. Or you starve yourself. So I choose option number 3, to starve myself. And now I of course now know that those 3 options are not the only options, and that there are other options to be healthy and to be thin. And yeah, and basically this led me to veganism, because now everything has changed. I feel so much better. I'm not obsessing over calories anymore. I'm not counting calories anymore, what is really cool or really amazing. And yeah, I look in the mirror now and I'm just like, you look great. And I'm really feeling, I love my body, and I realize that my body is an amazing wonderwork of nature. And of course, I think this mentality that I had for so many years won't disappear completely, I think, but compared to where it was some years ago and where I am now, I would say I'm 99% better, much more better. And yeah, how did I came to basically the shift in my mentality? First, I went vegan, and when I went vegan, I started eating more healthier, so eating more fruit and vegetables. And also you will realize when you go vegan that you are able to eat a lot more volume than before, and this really helped me to just change my relationship with food, because before it was so bad. I hated, because on the one side I hated food, and on the other side I loved food. I hated it because it made me fat, but on the other side, of course, I needed food to just survive. So now this has completely changed, and I see food as something that is helping me to grow and to function well. And yeah, I really like food now, so that's cool. And the next thing is that veganism gave me a purpose, so it was more than my body. I was basically part of something bigger, so for saving the animals, protecting the animals, and yeah, this just helped me to shift away my thoughts and my ego towards helping others, and yeah, not obsessing about myself so much. And then I turned raw vegan, and this completely shifted my mind again, because when you turn raw vegan, you will have to eat a lot more volume, and now it took me 1.5 years to where I am now with my raw food journey, but I basically eat when I'm hungry, and I'm not eating when I'm not hungry, and I'm not calorie counting. I'm just like, fruit, you know, I love fruit, fruit loves me, so that's very cool. And yeah, fruit just gives me this freedom. It just gives me this freedom to not think about how many calories I have to eat, or what I have to eat, or you know, stuff like that. So it just gives me this freedom. But I realize when I go back to cooked foods, especially very you know, processed foods, I turn back to my restricted mindset. So I would go back to calorie counting. I go back to just thinking and just feeling bad and shameful about myself. So yeah, that's why I really want to stick to a vegan diet, and also to a raw vegan diet, because it helped me to just see food for what it is, for something amazing that fuels yourself, that fuels you. Sorry for my English, by the way. I'm from Germany, so no native speaker. Yeah, but now to the question: is raw veganism and an eating disorder? No. For me, it helped me to get out of my eating disorder. And of course, there are some people with an eating disorder going into a vegan or a raw vegan lifestyle, no questions. And I think there are actually a lot of people with disordered eating behavior who find veganism, because they are the ones who are searching for other ways of eating and for diets. But you know, veganism is so much more. Veganism is just not hurting animals, not hurting the environment, doing something beneficial for your health. So yeah, veganism and raw veganism are, in my opinion, no eating disorders, and they helped me so much, and I'm forever ever grateful that I found veganism and raw veganism. Yeah, because it gave me freedom, and I'm so thankful for this. So thank you so much for watching, and if you're dealing with those behaviors, or you have a very bad relationship with food, I just want to say that you're not alone, and there are a lot of people who deal with the exact same thing. And I don't want to preach, but I just want to say, try the vegan diet. It helped me so much, so much, and I'm really convinced that it will help you. So I wish you the best, and have a wonderful day.